So now we'll discuss why do companies get listed in the first place. So okay, so have you ever thought like have you ever thought about this? So what could be the reason? Let's find out. So why companies get listed? Companies don't get listed just for fun, right? There is some solid reason for that. So let's find out that. Okay. So let me give you some example. You know this N. Narayana Murthy, the founder of Infosys. Okay. So his current net worth is $2 billion. When we prepared this slide, that translates to around 14,000 crores rupees. Okay. So that is his current net worth. So now let's try to figure out how long it will take for him to get this amount of money, his net worth 14,000 crore through his salary. So we'll calculate that first. Before that, we will talk about the Infosys ex CEO Mr. Sikka. Sometime back, one CEO was there, no? Vishal Sikka, and for Infosys, he was appointed as the CEO of Infosys. So his salary was 50 crore per annum in 2015-16. Okay. So and this was the highest salary drawn by any CEO at that time till date. Infosys till date, this was the highest salary of a CEO. Okay. So now let's try to calculate how long it will take for Mr. Narayan Murthy serving as a CEO on his own company to reach this amount of money. Okay. So 14,000 crore divided by 50 crore. So crore cancel. So it will take around 280 years. 280 years. So that means it will take 280 years for Mr. Narayan Murthy operating as CEO from day one in his own company. He is employed as CEO from day one, and it will take 280 years. So which is practically impossible, right? Because nobody lives for 280 years. Okay. So how that happened? No? So that is exactly the reason why companies get listed. So companies get listed means the value goes up, like the stock price moves up, and then they're able to create this amount of wealth. Okay. So through salary it is not possible at all. So that is the message I want to convey. Okay. So that's the reason why companies get listed, to create wealth, this amount of wealth, which is not possible through salaries. Okay. So that is one reason. Now you see that why companies are listed. Okay. Now let us find out the other internals. So even if the Mr. Narayan Murthy has served CEO of Infosys with this package, it would take him 280 years, which is practically impossible. Not possible. Okay. So listing makes this possible, to make this kind of wealth. Okay. So that is the reason why companies get listed. Okay. Okay. Now let us see further. Okay. So this you might have. This is the news cutting. Okay. So this is like somebody has invested 10,000 in 1993, and by 2011 it would have been worth 4 crore. Okay. So 10,000 he has invested, and that would have translated to 4 crore. Okay. So that's the thing. So this is not my thing. This is available. So that has given return of 3,000 times. It has multiplied the money. So now let us dig into this further. This was done. This is done. Okay. So let us see what went on internally. How this happened. So let's try to find out. The Infosys example. Okay. So here, so we'll call as our 10,000 guy. who have invested just 10,000 in Infosys in 1993, and by 2011 he created a wealth of 4 crore. Okay, so now let us see. So we'll uh, ask ourselves, like, how did that happen? Okay, who worked for him? Is this a magic or luck? Okay, he never went any of the Infosys office even once in his life. Then how? Okay, then how? Okay, that should be the question, right? Okay, so let's just try to find out the answers. Okay, so there must be someone who must have worked very hard for this guy. So someone else worked really hard for our 10,000 guy. That the person who has invested 10,000 in Infosys, and we translated into 4 crore. So somebody must have worked hard, right? Because money he has invested, that's okay, but money is a non-living thing, so it can't work. Can't work. So it will be the people who will work. Okay, let's find out. Okay, so all these years, when in 1993, okay, Mr. Murthy along with founders, Mr. Nilekani and Mr. Sibulal and Chris Gopalan, all the founders worked really hard. Okay, and their managers also worked hard, and their employees worked hard. Employees worked on Saturdays, Sundays, you know that, right? They will work Saturdays, Sundays also. Okay, and what happened as a result? What happened? They worked hard, and quarterly so they have completed their project on time, so they got the money, they got the revenues, and quarterly result was good, yearly result was good. So that kept on coming good, and that reflected in the stock price of the Infosys. So when the results is good, stock market reward the stock. Okay, so that is the key here. Okay, so here they opened, all these people worked really hard, and they opened n number of offices worldwide in all these years. Okay, till he is invested, say suppose 2000, they have really worked really hard and opened of n number of offices worldwide. So they built Infosys, what we know today. Because this 10,000 guy didn't even visit the Infosys office even once in his life, right? But still he got 10,000 converted into 4 crore, isn't it? Okay. So so all these people, founders, employees, managers, all these people worked really hard for this 10,000 guy, which is our investor. Okay, now let's understand this with an example, the cake example. Okay, so what happened, I'm this making this you to understand. Okay, see, in the cake example, see here what happens is, this is Infosys. Okay, so this is Infosys in say 93, and this is the holding of that person. This is 10,000 invested, invested by our 10,000 guy, rupees 10,000 invested. Okay, this is the size of the Infosys, Now with the passage of time, Infosys grew, it became a big company now after all these years. Okay, so what happens, this pie remained, this pie will, so the pie size of this investment increased, so now this will be the 4 crore. Okay, with the passage of time, when the company grows, your money will grow. Remember these things. Okay, so this is Infosys story. So this is the case of 2011. You're getting my point, right? So this is the, with the passage of time, with the company grows, operates lots, executes lots of projects, and company grow in size, both in terms of employees and the size of project they handle, and then the revenue they generate. They'll grow in bigger in size. So the cake will increase like this, and this much invested will grow and become a pie size will remain the same, right? So but the value will increase, the size will increase of the pie size, isn't it? Okay, so this is the way things work here as an investing. So now you should be able to connect, no? All right. So he just sat quietly all these years, invested, stay invested. So this is the effect, you know. So this has transformed his money to this much. So this is the way investing works. Okay. All right. So now let's try to so now so see this is not just benefiting him. So the bigger pie, na, the land share, that remains with the this largest share, na, this much portion. So he is just holding few stocks only, na. Okay, but the land share of the stock are held by promoters, who are the real owners, na. They are the real owners. Okay, remember this, promoter means real owners. So all this Mr. N.R.N. Narayanamurthy and Mr. Nilekani and Mr. Shibulal and Mr. Krish Gopalan. All these people were holding the lion share, and that's the reason they managed to create wealth, huge amount of wealth. His net worth, we have, as we found out, was $2 billion. So which is 14,000 crore, which is not possible through salaries, you know. Okay, so that is the reason companies get listed, you know. Okay, so yeah, now this should be clear. Okay, so that's the reason we companies get listed, you know, to create wealth. Remember one thing, to create, purpose of the company to be listed is purpose is what? To create wealth. And for whom? For themselves. That is the promoters and stakeholders. Okay, that is investors. Okay, because they are partners only, no? They are minority holders, but they are still a partner. So they are still holding that portion of the cake, right? So simultaneously together, wealth will be created for all, no? You know, because the company and the cake size is growing. So after a few years, the company will be like this much, and this person still who keeps on holding, so he'll value will again grow. Okay, so this can be case of 23. Okay, as long as the company grows. Okay, so remember one thing. So this is the way things work, you know. This was at this stage, the company was small, become mid size, and then become large corp, like this you can say. Okay, all right. So remember one thing, the key takeaway here is, remember one thing, the company grows and keeps make money, right? Keeps on making money, you will make money. You will make money. Remember this, as long as the company grows and makes money, you will make money. Remember this. Okay, second thing, how it happens is, company grows post good result, quarter and yearly result, no. Okay, then stock market rewards, and the stock prices moves up. ठीक है. So today it will be 100. After good result, it will move to maybe 120. So making you 20% richer. So 1 lakh you have invested, so it will become 1.2 lakhs. Next time it again the quarter result is good, so it will move to 140. So from here onward, from here if you measure, it has made you 40% richer, no? So it will be 1.4 lakh. So 40,000 you have become rich. Your 1 lakh you invested, it has now transformed into 1.4 lakhs. That is 40,000. You have it made rich. So this keeps on happening. So once it reaches 1,000, you will become, that wealth will go up to 10 lakhs. You know? So like that, we investor get rich. Remember this thing. So as long as the company is growing and performing post good result, then stock market will reward. That is the nature. This is the simple thing you have to see. Stock prices moves for various reasons. We will see that later. But this is the fact. This is the ultimate thing. Okay? So like you know this in the school and college and in corporate world, when the employees is performing or the student is performing, he will be appreciated, rewarded. Okay? The same goes with the companies. Will they post good result, they will be, stock market will be rewarding, and the price will of the stock will move up. Okay? And then if we are riding on this and invested on this stock, we will also become richer with time. See, like this. Okay? The same thing happened with our case. 66,000 we invested, so it went down to, the company kept performing and it transformed into 27 lakhs. See here. Okay? So this is, everything is in front of you now. It should be clear to you, right? So this is the core thing. This is the internal things, how it operates. Okay? So this thing you have to understand and always keep in mind. Okay? Now let us see a few more things. So okay. So now why does stock price moves? Stock price moves. Let's try to figure out. Okay. Stock price moves for a lot of reasons. Okay. But primarily the reason is, this is the core thing. This is the heart. This is the main thing. Okay. And we investor will value this much. This thing only. We will value this is the ultimate thing for us as an investor. Anything XYZ little bit of thing happen, that's fine. The core thing is this one. Okay, the company should grow, perform, give good result, and then that's it. The stock market will do. Ultimately, it will reward it. And not now, then after some time, but it will reward it ultimately. Okay. So only thing you have to focus is, company should grow and post good result. That's it. Then your job is done. You don't have to worry anything. The rest stock market will take care of it. Okay. Ultimately it will reward. Okay. Remember this thing. Okay. So now it moves for a lot of reasons. Okay. So some good news comes now. Some say for example, your this Infosys, no? Infosys gets $1 billion project. So Infosys will share will shoot up 10% on that single day. That is the case. Or say for example, this Airtel. Airtel wins 5G spectrum. Spectrum bid. They win this one. So what will happen is, they will go 10% up on that particular. Not necessarily 10%, maybe 20, 15, whatever. So that is the nature. Because this is a good news, no? Okay. Or say Adani gets a coal license in Australia. Okay. Australia. Okay. So this will again move their Adani Power will shoot up, है ना, Adani Power will shoot up 10% or 5%, whatever. Because that is the nature. So this is a good news, है ना. Some budget is there, some corporate tax is down, so all the companies will rally, no? At least for the time being. ठीक है. And then favorable election. So I remember in 2014 when Modi ji was elected now for the first term, all these stocks were moving up because by this time there was policy paralysis in the current regime at that time. No? So every favorable some good change was coming. So all the stocks were rallying with the hope, है ना, election result. ठीक है. So that is it. So but these are the things, various reasons why stock can move momentarily, at least, no. But one single reason we investors care is the earnings. That is the result, no. Results, the quarterly results and earnings, you know, the same thing, you know, of the company we are invested in. This is the only one thing we care. Rest things will be up and down, will be there. Some global sentiment will be up and down, you know. Some today is bad, some today some good. But ultimately, we care this one. Okay. Because see, for example, our company is manufacturing in India, you know, manufacturing in India and selling in India. Okay. So what it has to do with the US market? If US market is crashing, India will also have the impact, right? But the thing is, our company is manufacturing base and selling is in India only. So it is no way connected to United States. No? But somehow since the market of US is falling, India will also have the impact, and this our stock will also come down without any reason. But we are no way connected to United States, right? So if this company is available for cheaper rate, you know, this can fall, our stock can fall because of the global sentiment. So here what to do is, if it is falling unnecessarily, even after posting good result, it can fall. Okay, but then in that case we'll buy, because this we know that if the result is good, so we are not afraid of anything. So we'll see as a, if still the even after posting good result, the price is falling, so we'll see as a buying opportunity, and we'll buy if the company is trading at the like cheaper valuation, no, or lesser valuation, we'll buy, because we know the real worth, no, and this is nowhere related to US, so we will go and buy this one. Okay, so this should be the thing. You have to think logically, because they are manufacturing and selling in India, there are no dependency in US whatsoever. Still it's falling due to global things, then we will buy. If the company is available at cheaper rate, we'll buy. So this is one nature, you know? So this way logically you have to think, you know, common sense. Okay, so if the company does well, the stock price will reflect in the same. This is nothing more, nothing less. This thing you have to remember. Your company is doing well, this one, no? Your company is growing, posting good result, quarter on quarter, year on year, you are done. You are invested. This will surely, the market will reward sooner or later. No? Sooner or later. Okay, remember this thing. So you have to keep the patience. No? Okay. So it may happen that sometime, even after posting good result, it may fall because of some global sentiment. But surely not for the good result. Nobody punishes the performers, right? So it will ultimately, it will realize and it will reward, and reward very handsomely. Okay. So sometimes it won't rally, it will take some time, but when it is rally, it will compensate everything. Okay, remember that. Okay, so it works that way. Okay, so this is the core thing. No? So we have discussed the why stock prices move. Okay, so okay, now why stock market? So here, so some may think that why stock market? Stock market is risky and all those things. No? Okay, so I will try to explain with some example. So let me read these bullet points, then I will come back to that example. No? So it is a stock. I will just note down here. this is equities, no, equities or the stock market, or stock market is considered high risk, high gain. ठीक है, तो equities are considered like this. And other things, no, FDs and conventionals, no, we'll call it conventionals. They are low risk, low gain. ठीक है, risk is low in the FDs and bonds or NSCs, no, or post office schemes. They are low risk. Risk is low because they are mostly government thing, no? And then gain is also low, and their gain is nothing but you will get poorer by 5.5%. Okay, so there are no way you are gaining or losing. So here equities are considered high risk, high gain, but the thing is this is mostly risk is when you don't know the things, right? When you don't know the rules of the game, no, of the stock market, then it becomes very risky here. So since you know how to play the game, no, when you are trained, you know, so when you are trained here, so this what will happen is it will become low risk because you know how to do. There are some certain do's and don'ts, no? So it will become low risk after that, and then the return potential will be always be higher. So it becomes a, after training, it becomes low risk, high gain, but you have to follow the correct rules, no? So you know this, I will just give an example. Okay, so there is a case one, there are two cases. Both the cases, one person, you know, A, he gets a car, and without training he goes from here from RT Nagar, Bangalore to Koramangala. ठीक है, so what is his chance of reaching safely? Surely he will meet accident, right? Because he has not taken, he has just got the car, no training, he don't have traffic sense, and he don't have driving etiquette, na? He don't follow driving sense, don't have driving sense. So his chance of reaching safely is very minimal, and he will surely meet accidents, no? Accident. ठीक है. Now second guy is also is say B, he gets a car, he takes a training. Before that he has taken driving school, no? From driving schools he has taken training, ठीक है, and then he follows traffic rules and have a good driving sense. So again he also goes from RT Nagar to Koramangala. So what is his chance of reaching safely? It will be much higher, right? He will be higher chance of reaching safely because so this is exactly what happens with the training. So once you get trained, so without training it is high risk, high gain, you know? So, but if you are trained, the risk will be minimized and the higher returns potential will be always be high. Okay, so this is the things it happens with the equities. So that is why training is important. If you are not trained, then you can take advices, no, valuable stock advices from the qualified person, you know, like SEBI registered investment advisor. So if you don't want to get trained, you can get advice, you know. Okay, so here equities are just another investing instrument like FDs and all those things, no. So but they give they are low risk and low gain. Here you are losing only, no, see here, but and then stocks they give high returns, you know. So see here from the box itself, it's they are the top performers, no? Isn't it? For last 20-year track record, if you see here, compare that after post tax, no, after post tax, this is the performance. Okay, so that they and this is not my report, this is Morgan Stanley's report, no. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so if you understand it properly, it becomes a low risk. So when you how you understand, by getting a training, you know? So it becomes a low risk, high gain investment vehicle. Okay. So equities are the best asset class in the long run, as defined by Mr. Warren Buffett. Okay. Here from this box itself, last 20-year track record, if you see, they are the top performers. Nobody comes that closer to that. You know? So it's clear. And equities are meant to create wealth. See, we are not here for 10-20% gain. No? We want to multiply rapidly our money. You know? So we are creating wealth. You know? We are not here to invest just 66k and then want to create say 80k and then we are just happy. No, we want to go ahead and we are not happy with this. Not happy with this and go ahead and want to create something like this. Okay, so that's the whole purpose. So this is, well, this is massive money, you know, so that way. Okay, all right. So now why stock market? This is the proven track record. Now see here, 40-year history. Now see here, 40-year history of Sensex. It was listed for 100 rupees. No, in 1900 points. Sorry, not rupees. 100 points in 1979. Okay. 1978-79 it has listed for 100 rupees and today it is 60,000. Huh? So we'll check with the today's market value, you know, and it has given compounded 16%, 16-17% it has delivered. Okay, 40-year history track record, that is the track record. So and that also compounded, okay, which is more than 3 times the your your conventional this FD and NSC post office schemes, they give in 5.5%. So this gives 16-17%. No? So that is 3 times anyway, you know, and that also compounded. Okay. So and this is the benchmark. Sensex and Nifty is the benchmark. You know? So let us see the today's value. You know? So here the starting point was 100 points, and today's, what is the price today? Sensex today. So it's 60,431. No? So 60,431 in how many years? So 2023 minus 1978, 45 years. No? Okay. Or 1979. No? 1979 it was. So 1979 it was listed. No? Here 1979. So it will be like 2023 minus 1979, it will be 44 years. Okay, so 44 years, this will be like close to 16%. So for last 1 year, it is stuck at the 60,000, no? Due to that Ukraine war, you know. So it is hovering around 60,000 for 1 year. So it will so one rally is due. Okay. So once that is corrected, it will come back to that average of 16-17%, which is not too far from here. Okay. Okay. So this is proven that 44-year history now. 44 years it is delivering consistently compounded return. Okay. So this is proved, right? Okay. So now, okay. So this is clear. So this is exactly the reason why we will prefer stock market for growth. So see here, your wealth is growing. See this bank FD is growing. See here, see 5.5, no? Isn't it? So we are better than that one. See from the stock market, it says at least 3 times. Okay. Okay. So now we will understand what is the difference between liability and assets and liabilities. This is important thing. because this will change your investing attitude. Okay, so assets and liabilities, this will change your whole attitude towards money, you know. So let us find them what is that, you know. Okay, so this will this is the key differentiator, the mindset, no. This will change the, this is all about mindsets, okay, which rich people have and normal people don't have. Okay, so what is the key difference? Okay, so first of all, let's understand the definition. Okay, see here, assets means what? Assets is what which puts money to your pocket. So money put into your pocket, it's an inflow, you know. It's money is coming, you know, money inflow. Okay, if some money is flowing towards you and puts money to your pocket, that is called asset. For example, it can be stock, bonds, house that is rented out. Okay, here suppose you have two houses. Okay, one house, this, both houses you own. Okay, both are your houses. This house you live in, you are living in. Okay, you are living in currently, and this house you purchase in and rented out. This you have rented out, so this is getting you rents. Okay, so here this won't be a called as asset, and because this is not putting any money to your pocket, right? So this is actually getting you rent, no. So this is putting money to your pocket, so this will be a asset. Okay, so this will be asset only if you sell it, no. Then after selling, what you will do, you won't be staying in the roads, right? You won't be staying in the roads. You have to again find some home, right? So since this is not putting money to your pocket, so this can't be termed as asset at this moment, you know. So since this is getting you rent regularly, so this will be the called as asset. Okay, so that way. Okay, so you have to be very clear about that. So some house, suppose you have bought a house, and you are paying a this one EMIs. So this is taking money out of your pocket. So this is not an asset, because it is, by the standard definition, it is not moving putting money to your pocket, right? So you, any house bought on EMIs, any house bought on EMIs is not an asset. Remember these things. Okay, so now let us discuss the assets fully, then we'll come back to liabilities. So you remember this, anything what puts money to your pocket is an asset. Stock means the value will rise and you will get a dividend, so two inflows will be there, no. Bonds also put some money, it will grow in value, no. And rented house or rented shop will get you some money, no, monthly basis. Or you have some car attached, no. You have say two cars, no. Two cars. Okay, you have two cars, no. This one, you have two cars. This is your personal car at home, and this is you hooked to this is the car you have hooked to Ola or Uber, no. Okay, so this will get you 10-15,000 monthly per month. Okay, so this will be called as an asset, whereas this your personal car is sitting at home won't be, because which is putting money to your pocket is this one. Okay, okay. Now any patents you got, you know, or any rights, you know, or any discovery you have made, now, or say YouTube channel you have created, na, YouTube channel, and from there your subscriber and views, so that will putting money to your pocket, means that is also an asset you can define. Okay, so anything that puts money to your pocket is called assets. Okay, remember this thing. Okay, now let's discuss the liabilities. liability is what takes money out of your pocket. So this is a money outflow. So money goes out of your pocket. No? Liability is something that takes out money from your pocket. This is a standard definition. Remember all this. So what happens is this useless spending. As soon as you get salary, you go on in a shopping spree. Okay? And then you buy a car and then you pay EMIs, car EMIs, and then buy a house and then again pay EMIs. All this taking money out of your pocket. So they are liabilities. They will become asset only if you completely pay off your all your EMIs and then sell it, right? Because even if you knock out all the EMIs, it won't be putting anything on your pocket, right? So don't think that it is saving me money. Saving is different aspect. We are talking about asset, which is actually putting some money on your pocket. Saving is different thing. So if you think that it is at least saving my rent, no, don't think on those terms. Okay? In this by standard definition, what it should put actually some money to your pocket. Then it's called asset. Okay? It is saving, that's fine. So but it is not putting money to your pocket, right? Okay. Then monthly expenses like gas bill, water bill, electricity bill, all those, internet bill, all these things you have to pay. Okay? So those are taking money out of your pocket. So all these are liabilities. Kids education fees, all those things are liabilities. So what happens, how rich people approach is, as soon as they have the money, they will acquire assets. Okay? So they will go on buying all these things, stocks, bonds, they will try to buy some shop, they will buy some shop, and then they will get 10,000 even. So after some time they will again buy another shop, again from there they will get a 10,000. Two inflows created, okay? And then they will take loan of say few lakhs, and then say for example here, then they will go for the third shop. They will pay EMI of 5k, and then they will get a rental of this. So here from here minus, they will get 5k again. So third EMI is third inflow is first inflow, second inflow, third inflow they have got. So from that he will knock out, and then once this is clear, he will again keep on getting 10k. Meanwhile he will keep on expanding like this. So this is the assets he is buying, not necessarily shops you have to buy, stocks also. Suppose you have 10 stocks, this is the your portfolio, portfolio. So portfolio, take a portfolio. So you have 10 stocks, stock 1, stock 2, stock 3, stock 4, stock 5, like that. Okay. So money will flow here. Dividend, all the companies usually pay dividends. So money is inflow is created, right? And all the stocks will go up in net worth, after some time, some years. So this value is increasing, and on top of that, after few times you will get a regularly dividend, D1, D2. All this company will pay a dividend separately. So money inflow is regular, isn't it? So that the reason, as the rich people, what they do is they always look for buying assets, and after that is complete, they will spend little bit of money what they have. Okay. But what normal people do, or the poor people do, is poor mentality people will do is, as soon as they get salary, they will go on spending, blowing all their money, eating out, spending, shopping, and all those things. Shopping, eating out, eating out heavily, spending and blowing all their money, and then they will buy all those things, and then they are left with little. So that the reason poor people get poorer and rich people get richer. So this is the core differentiator. Attitude towards money is a mindset. Okay. So this is the mindset you have to understand. Now going forward, what you have to do is you have to buy assets. ठीक है, which creates multiple channel of income for yourself, ठीक है. So this is the key differentiator between a rich person and poor person, ठीक है. How you what you do with your money, ठीक है. So here we'll be specializing in stocks, ठीक है. So we'll find great stocks where we park our money and which grows smartly, है ना, over the period of time. Like in our success stories, what you have seen, so many stocks. So if you are interested, then you can explore this one. You have get 3 lakh car in second hand and then attached to Ola, Uber, है ना. Okay, ठीक है. And then today everybody is doing YouTube channels. If you have some valuable content to offer, you can try this one. But that is up to you. But our focus should be finding good stock. ठीक है, you can explore that. I've just opened your thought, like, if you are if there, then you can do that. Because once you learn how to find great stocks, so only every 3 months you have to come back and see them. So remaining time you can do all these things. That's what I was telling. Okay, so we'll focus on this stock specialization, how to park your money smartly into the great stocks where you can where it will rise smartly and create wealth for you. Okay, so now let us see the difference between the trader and investor.
So this brings us at the end of the part 0, where I have tried to give a quick insight about the stock market investing. So basically I have done a groundwork on successful stock market investing. So if you feel like you should go ahead and further your learning, you can avail our part 1 of this course available with the name Investair and continue from episode number 6. So it will be building a strong foundation of successful stock market investing. So by this time you must have seen our achievements. So you are at the right position to take your call to either to go ahead or drop off the idea. So there is no compulsion here. So it was a great teaching you guys, sharing my knowledge with you. Wish you all the very best.